The important thing is that the theme of our relationship with China should be competition. It can be aggressive competition. What we absolutely need to avoid is getting into military conflict.
His name's Chris Cash. He's put out a statement this morning saying, denying these allegations, although he does appear to be the guy who has been arrested on suspicion of spying for China. How concerned should we be about the threat from China?
I think we should be very concerned about the threat from China. There is the focus on this chap, and he's denying being involved. That's totally irrelevant. Other people can investigate whether he's guilty of some kind of nefarious activity. But the wider point is, and on another station this morning, I heard a former head of MI6 talking. We all know that China is being very aggressive in the way it wants to compete with the West. Many of our things that we think are secure, our conversations, our business transactions, the Chinese have penetrated for quite some time. They will compete very aggressively, and we have to protect ourselves, and we also have to compete. We need to take the threat from China, both in a security sense and in an industrial and commercial sense, very, very seriously, and make sure that we protect ourselves and compete.
He was the director of the China Research Group, which was linked to Tom Tugendhat's now the Security Minister, Alicia Cairns, who chairs the Foreign Affairs Select Committee. He was arrested under the Official Secrets Act. Rishi Sunak then raised this issue with the Chinese Premier only yesterday. In his statement, he said, I feel forced to respond to the media accusations I'm a Chinese spy. It is wrong that I should be obliged to make any form of public comment on the misreporting that has taken place. However, given what has been reported, it is vital that it is known that I'm completely innocent. I've spent my career to date trying to educate others about the challenge and threats presented by the Chinese Communist Party. To do what has been claimed against me in extravagant news reporting would be against everything I stand for. But plenty more on that, I'm sure, in the House of Commons and so on. Questions been asked about security and vetting. Just finally, Lord Dannatt, before I let you go, the challenge, at what point does the economic threat posed by China, which is obviously huge because it's a huge economy, actually drift into a military threat that Britain should be worried about?
Well, it comes back to the basic point that Britain, with allies, and in particular, it's the United States that's taking the lead in containing Chinese expansion in that part of the world, because, let's face it, America is a Pacific power. We are, as good allies of the Americans, are in support, and that's why we have a capability which we can contribute. The important thing is that the theme of our relationship with China should be competition. It can be aggressive competition. What we absolutely need to avoid is getting into military conflict. Of course, the issue of Taiwan crops up fairly regularly, and it's important that the United States gives very clear security guarantees to Taiwan, because there are very many other interests in that part of the world, not the least of securing South Korea and Japan to an extent, who rely on American security guarantees. So Taiwan is a very important litmus test, if you like. But the theme with our relationship with China should be competition. Aggressive competition is necessary. We've got to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
But come back to my basic point, back to the interwar years, is that if you don't have a capability that is credible, you can't deter someone who should be who wishes you ill and might be aggressive against you.